Hello again, folks. Welcome to a very special edition of the Out of Work Actor with Christopher G. Morris. This one's near and dear to my heart. Oh, that's why I wear a suit. It has nothing to do with the fact that I just came back from work. This one's near and dear to my heart because all the other ones talked about acting and entertainment. This talks about entertainment, but a different form of entertainment, and the kind that I've always kind of had a passion for, which is pro wrestling. Always wanted to be a pro wrestler when I was a kid. In fact, I was hardcore before hardcore was hardcore. I think it makes sense, but I can remember Saturday mornings was where it all began, where I started watching WWF on the Saturday morning tube. And I can remember sitting there on one particular Saturday morning, and all my brother's friends and my brothers were around and they're watching my first ever favorite WWF superstar, Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Now, I love Snuka, so I was, I'd watch him, and I'd watch when he'd climb on the ropes and do the thing, and he'd dive off on top of somebody. And my brothers and their friends knew it, so they were, they kind of started just to chant, just Snuka, Snuka. And they saw it in my eyes. They saw the Jimmy eyes, Snuka, Snuka. And I felt it, man. And I went, and I climbed for about the sixth step of my living room porch. And I hit you with the double I love yous. He did he used to look around. And I dove, and just as I hear the pop, I hear, yeah, I dive right on top of Don Morocco, who wasn't there. There was nobody there, actually. Hit the rug, face hit, came up, blood all over my mouth, nose, broke the nose. There was blood all over the living room floor. But you know what? It didn't matter because I heard the cheers, I heard the pop. And I knew at that moment that I loved pro wrestling, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to be a pro wrestler. I heard the cheers until I heard my mom yelling. She kicked everyone out, and those friends weren't allowed back. But I still, it was something I loved, and I sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed that broken nose, you know what I mean? And as a 6-year-old, and I was a hardcore dude, and I remember growing up, it went with me. People said, oh, yeah, didn't outgrow it. I'm like, no, I took it right to college, man. And I remember showing up on my dorm, with a bag of books and another bag full of WWE figures. I had them all. And I can remember senior year, a big sacrifice was girls. I sacrificed girls for wrestling because once they saw the figures in my room, they'd turn the other way and walk out. And I can remember I was in a townhouse my senior year, and there was 5 guys in the townhouse, but only 4 rooms, so 2 guys had to share. And they looked at me and this other kid had Star Wars figures. And I had wrestling figures, so they were like, sorry, guys, you guys are together. And so we went, we shared a room. And I knew, I was a realist. I was a realist. I knew why, But the Star Wars guy was mad. He wanted his own room, And I said to him, dude, let's be real. Those guys get action. We don't, you know what I mean? They'll be down there hooking up. And we'll be up here playing, Darth Vader versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, which we did many a night. And I remember it was so much fun we had. I remember he used to come over and be like, and I'd be like, son, I'm going to whoop your ass, and I'd stun him, and he'd be out cold. And then, and these weren't playing with figures. We were actually dressed. He was dressed as Darth Vader, and I had black tights on. We did all, and then I remember we did a special Piper's Pit as an Ewok was a special guest. We did all kinds of stuff, but no girls, no girls. We had fun. It was a good time. But that's a sacrifice. And then as I got older, I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. This is it. I went to the FSW, and I wanted to be in it, Great guys, the FSW. And I wanted to portray one of my favorites of all time, Kamala, the Ugandan giant. He had the face painted up in the moon. And so I was the white Kamala. I was the Caucasian headhunter, Simala, And I wore a jungle skirt, which was really a shower curtain. I couldn't find a jungle skirt to really fit. But with like leopard spots and painted the face up, did the moon, the stars, and I heard the war music, and I went out. And I was so excited. I got in the ring. I was in there for about 2 minutes, and I remember broke my arm all the way to the emergency room. And the guy who was the incredible Hulkamaniac was my tag team partner. His gimmick was he was just a huge Hulk Hogan fan, you know. So I remember I go in and I snapped the arm right away. But once again, hardcore. I still heard it. I heard it in my mind. You know, I knew this is what I wanted. You know what I mean? And I remember my arm was this way. I remember the Hulkamaniac was driving me to the emergency room. And I remember the doors opening in the emergency room, you know. And I'll never forget everyone's face. You know, they couldn't believe what happened. And I remember the security guard, in all his wisdom, said, what were you guys, skateboarding? I said, yeah, this is what I do on a Friday night. Sorry, skateboard in jungle skirts. That's what I do. I said, no, we were wrestling. Like that was any better. And I remember my mom yelling at me, you know, and the guy playing Hulkamania was holding my skirt up going, we need a bed, brother. You know, he's still in character. I'm like, dude, can we drop the Hulk Hogan character? Because I need a bed. My arm's in two. That was TJ Lee's. God bless him. But I was out for a year with that injury. And I said, it's not stopping me. I'm coming back. And I did. I tried out for an independent promotion here in Philadelphia. And I was like, what do I do? I don't know exactly what to do, you know. And they were like, well, look, come up with a gimmick or a character and we'll work on it. And I remember they just gave me a tryout match. I didn't know we couldn't rip off TV shows. I didn't know. You know, I was coming from acting. So I did a character. I wore suspenders and a red beret, I remember. And I did like a What's Happening theme, you know. And my theme music was... And I had two black guys come down with me. And they were throwing me basketballs back and forth, you know. And then if I won, I was going to pop lock to end it. But I wound up losing in 1 minute and 48 seconds. So that was pretty much the end of the career there. But, you know, as time went on, I said, I got to do this. This is something I love, you know. And I thought of two roles I could do that I think would be great. One is backstage interviewer, because I know I'd be good with the, hello, everyone, welcome to WWE programming. You know, this is Todd Pettengill, whatever the hell his name was. You know, I'd be good at that and doing the, you know, the talking. And I'm going to prove that right here on this blog, because what I'm going to start doing is bringing guests on and interviewing them. And I'll get right down to the nitty gritty. I'll ask all the questions you want, and I'll get down to the surface, you know, of what their whole thing is. My second thing I know I'd be tremendous at is manager. And I don't want to manage a wrestler, like a male. I want to manage a diva. And I'm talking a hulking, big, bulky, you know, muscular diva. I know I can do it. I know I can manage them. I know I can take it right to the top. You know why? Because there's nothing that I've ever wanted to accomplish that I didn't accomplish. I accomplished it all, except for getting married and having my own place and making a living and having kids. But other than that, like job-wise, I've accomplished everything I've ever wanted to do. I've wrestled. I did comedy. I did acting. And I know I'll take any girl right to the top. I know it because I know it. I know who I am. I know what I can do. You know, people say you're a dreamer, Chris. I'm not a dreamer. Okay, dreaming's for children. I'm not a child. I'm a grown man. And I know. What? No, Mom, I'm filming this. I know dinner's ready, but I'm filming a video about becoming a wrestling manager. Yeah, a wrestling manager. I want to manage one of the girls. No, I know I can't manage a girl in real life. I mean, manage like a ringside, like I'll manage her. Yes, like WWF. It's not WWF anymore. It's WWE. Yeah, they changed it years ago. Remember, the World Wildlife Federation was upset because they had the same initials as WWF, so they changed it to WWE, even though I like WWF better because they're more entertaining. World Wildlife Fund. Remember that a few years ago? Yeah. All right, I'm coming. Let me finish this. Sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah, I'm a grown man. All right? And I know for a fact that I will do anything to win, and I will do anything to help my girl win. So look no further than this, because this is the future. This is the future of professional wrestling managing right here. And that's the bottom line, because Christopher G. Morris said so. And what you're going to do when Christopher G. runs wild on you, and you can't see Christopher G. Oh, I like that. That's a good one to end with. I'm working on it. You can't see Christopher G. I like that. That's good. Think about it. All right, I'm coming.